Hey everybody, what's up? It's Delicia, and thanks for stopping by the Cigar Vixen channel for another exciting Privada Cigar Club shipment. Woohoo! I don't know about the rest of you, but for me, it's like Christmas in a box every time I receive this beautiful shipment right to my door. And again, in case I say this every time, but in case you've been hiding in a cave somewhere or you're not aware of Privada Cigar Club or the perks and the details about this really cool thing, you could jump on their website, privadacigarclub.com. You can fill out this little questionnaire that asks you some basic questions to let them know kind of like what your tastes are, what your preferences are, a little bit about the types of cigars that you like to smoke, things like that, so that they can personally pick out 3 very special cigars for all of you individually. And again, those cigars are comprised of a combination of either rare, aged, limited edition, brand new cigars, or those just really, tough to get your hands on type of thing. And in recent months, there's been a lot more of the exclusive Privada Cigar Club. So that means you really can't get them anywhere else, which is cool. I don't know about you guys, but I like to be part of a club where I can get some really cool sticks that maybe other people can't necessarily get. So, yeah, it's a great club. It's $25.99 a month, so it's a steal because you're getting 3 cigars. And again, they're not just 3 basic cigars. They are 3 hard to find, again, rare, limited, all of the stuff I already mentioned, but it's quite the deal. And again, that's delivered right to your doorstep, and they're always properly packaged with the Boveda. They're properly humidified, so they're ready to go either right into your humidor or right into your mouth for smoking, basically. I'm actually smoking this beautiful Lancero. This is one of the Paul Stillacs that came in, it came in a couple shipments back, and I had a vintage one and a couple of the regular production. So I've been kind of hanging on to them, but I felt like today was a great day to light up this lovely Lancero with the rest of you. So hopefully you guys have either received one, if it's in your preference of your wheelhouse of flavors and vitolas. I, of course, like the Lanceros. I like the smaller ring gauges. So a lot of the time, that's what's in my package. But again, getting right to it, let's see what's inside. And I do wait for all of you to actually open my box. I don't do it ahead of time, so who knows what's in here. Oh, I did have somebody comment about me opening with the knife or blade facing me. Sorry, I did it correctly on this side. Oh, gotta love that ash. Okay, so what I love, again, I've mentioned this before, but in case you're new to watching these unveiling videos, what I really enjoy about receiving these shipments in addition to the fabulous cigars is the beautiful write-up that's done. So you're really getting a lot of value because Brian is putting so much time and effort into this. It takes a long time. It takes me a long time when I prepare my notes for just a regular review, which I do, but it's not even a fraction as thorough as what's delivered again with this club. So it's really nice. It's a lot of time and effort. I can definitely speak on his behalf when it comes to all that goes into writing up these nice little reviews and giving you guys kind of a backstory, or not just you guys, but me as well, giving us all a backstory as to why these cigars are selected and a little bit of a rundown about, either the blend or the specific tasting notes, and in this case, even the pairing notes. So that's always really cool. Today, I'm actually pairing my nice little Lancero with this beautifully brewed cup of coffee here. So this is actually a Colombian dark roast, so a little bit different. It's a little bit darker than normal, but it's pretty good. So let's go ahead and get into this baby. So as I mentioned, you receive, your Privada Cigar Club bag, and it is a beautiful bag, sealed, and it always has the Boveda humidity control pack. So that's one of those things, again, I tend to overkill with some of the things that I repeat, but that's one of the things that, depending on where you're receiving your cigars from, if you ever get a cigar by mail that does not have some sort of humidification, preferably Boveda, that's my choice. you shouldn't, you know, buy cigars from that source anymore, because that means they're not really taking the time to care about our precious cargo. So that's one of the things, again, that it's a bonus. There's a value there. Sometimes we overlook that value because you just become, you know, accustomed to seeing those Boveda packs everywhere, but there is a cost for those, and that's built in, again, to this lovely club and this lovely package that we're getting every month. So it's wonderful. And then again, you can also get onto their website, and they have added that little feature where you can, as they have them, if they have extras, you can actually purchase individual sticks, you know, a little bit extras. If you get something that you really enjoyed, you can go on and see if they have any more, and you can buy those individually in addition to your club membership. So really cool. Anyways, let's go. I'm looking at these and I'm getting all sidetracked. So I love the band images, and let's go ahead and just go through the write-up. I like to read this out loud for all of you. Again, just kind of being respectful of the time and effort that Brian puts into creating these beautiful packages for all of us. So let's start with this Room 101 Death Bucket exclusive, rolled in 2017, banded in 2018. So it's been aged for 2 years and 2 months. So Room 101, this is a hilarious band. This is great. It's like a KFC bucket, but with a skull and some bones and then some chicken, like half-eaten drumstick kind of thing. So a lot of fun. Love it. Just really cool. I want to go ahead and smell this one. Beautiful aroma to the foot. Woohoo, can't wait to smoke that. Okay, so let's read about it. So the in aged Room 101, rolled in extremely limited quantities and only found here at Privada. Yeah, we did that. Matt is so happy with the love that members show him both online and in stores across the country that he offered us one of the coolest looking sticks I've ever seen. What's even cooler about this is that this is the first blend Matt made after leaving his deal with Davidoff in 2016. This was to be a big comeback stick, but it never came out until we got it. Man, we get the coolest stuff. That's awesome. This cigar band goes back to his roots. I remember one of his first cigars having a tiny chicken bucket inside the label. I thought that it was so cool, and I think this label is really creative. The idea behind Death Bucket is that the commercialization will be the demise of humanity, which kind of makes sense after leaving Davidoff, probably having dealt with corporatization of his beloved craft and now starting over in a smaller, more flexible environment. Hats off to that, by the way. Myself, I probably shouldn't say that out loud, but I'm just not a huge fan of Davidoff as an establishment, because they haven't been the nicest on a personal level. But anyways, going back to this, tasting notes. There is a lavender soap-like note on the body. That is very interesting. The foot is more of the same, but with rich tobacco aromas. The cold draw is dried peaches and more of the lavender note. The cigar starts out chocolatey with slight white pepper, herbal sweet earth, baker's spices, and peanut butter. Later, there is also an addition of sweet white toast and a mushroom-like earthy mustiness. In the second third, I get a ramp up in peppers from white to red, and the mushroom note continues to linger. There's also an overall vanilla sugared sweetness, some breads, charred cinnamon, and a fudge-like chocolate note. The cigar ends with floral notes, candied dried fruits, think candied orange, some ginger in place of the pepper, and the musk is still there, reminding me of a Davidoff. Fantastic cigar with great complexity and dynamic range. Pairing notes: wheat beers with an orange slice, ice cold Pinot Grigio on a hot day. That sounds great today. Aged dark rums, cognac on a cool evening, wheated bourbon, medium roast coffee, white chocolate, s'mores, iced coffee with cream and sugar, medium to light roast, white Russian, aka a Caucasian cocktail, brownies with or without vanilla ice cream. That's great. Those are great pairing recommendations. Show some love to It's Boofy Baby and Room 101 brand on Instagram. So Matt Booth is one of those super awesome people in the industry, quite the character, very entertaining, super nice guy. So I like to see people like that doing well and continuing with his brand. And he also has some really cool jewelry out there, some Room 101, bracelets and some different things that are pretty awesome. So yeah, hats off to him. Okay, next up we have the Padilla 1932 Corona exclusive, rolled at Raíces Cubanas in Honduras. So Raíces Cubanas is a really cool factory. They actually have their own brand that they finally did. A lot of Alec Bradley cigars are made there. Wasn't aware that Padilla had a cigar that was coming out of there, so that's cool. Last year, this cigar in a Lonsdale Vitola was my favorite stick. I smoked 2 and that was it. I was hooked. I did not want to smoke anything else. While the size was different, the blend was exactly this, and it was dynamic. For the first time in 20 years, Ernesto Padilla, this fantastic blend from Honduras, is a true connoisseur Vitola, the Corona. This is the quintessential Cuban size Vitola. It does not get more authentic. This is the size Dirty Harry smoked. It's what you would often see Cuban dictators and political leaders smoking. It's also what classic Cuban brands like Bolivar and Ramon Allones create that are arguably the best blends in their brands when the construction is good. Because the American and European markets are leaning towards a trend in larger cigars, the art of the Corona is being lost. That makes me want to cry. Oh, but not us, not Privada. The Corona will typically have a firmer draw as the flavors are condensed. If the draw is loose, be careful to pull lightly. The blend is typical of Padilla's high-end blends. A Habano wrapper, in this case Maduro, a Nicaraguan binder, and Nicaraguan fillers. Honestly, folks, it doesn't get much better than this. We ordered double the amount of these because they are so special, and we'll have them for sale on our shop on the website at a fair everyday price for members only. See, that's awesome. Tasting notes. On the body, I get nothing more than sweet tobacco. On the foot, dried apricot. Cold draw is apricot and floral notes. Once lit, the floral notes come alive. The smoke itself is super creamy right from the start. I get a quick cayenne pepper, then leather, charred sugar, vanilla, pungent cedar, and further down a banana note. Into the next third, a grassy note picks up, then woody notes insert themselves and vanilla is dancing on my tongue. That's quite the picture. Creamy, fruity, peppery, and smooth are good descriptions of what's going on. Salted caramel, brioche bread, malted chocolate, and black pepper are more specific. In the final third, I'm hit with white pepper, dark, dank wood, overly ripe fruits, pine notes, musty notes, and funky cheeses. It's as good as I remember it, and I don't want to smoke anything else. Wow. Now I'm really excited. That's a great size. I'd have to say this would be my second favorite after the Lancero, of course. Pairing notes, ripe peaches, ales, but nothing over 50 IBU bitter units. Fruity beers like Avita strawberry, that's funny. A crisp, cold Sauvignon Blanc, rye, bourbon, Jack Daniels. Oh gosh, Brian, you put these words that I cannot pronounce. Let's see. Oshintowshin? No, I'm not even going to say it. It's a Scotch, and I should know this, but I don't know how to pronounce that. Oshintowshin? I'll put that on the screen because Canadian whiskey, Snickers, dried fruits, cheesecake with fruit on top, brandy or cognac. Please show some love to Padilla on Instagram. So great stick. I can't wait to smoke that. Padilla's a great brand. You know, they're one that I have quite a few in my humidor. I've featured them on my top 5s recently. They have some nice Maduros and just some, you know, different stuff going on. So it's always nice to see them included, especially in this very special size. So again, can't wait to smoke that one. And then let's see this one. I actually saw somebody post this, somebody that received their shipment either ahead of me or they were just on a different schedule, or I don't know what it was, but I saw this cigar on Instagram. So that's great to see you guys spreading the love out there. I did see the hashtag We Are Privada, so very nice. So this is the Kuwait Diplomat cigar for Beyond Cigar made by Kafi 1901. So the Kuwaiti Diplomats, nice. As I look at this cigar band, I'm laughing to myself thinking, wow, we really get the coolest cigars. I mean, who would have thought? Here's a $24 cigar. I'm sorry, guys. I was doing good on the reading and I'm getting tongue-tied. Here is a $24 cigar that was made specifically for Kuwait's premier cigar shop, specifically for the Kuwaiti Diplomats. This is one of the richest countries in the world, and this cigar is made for their top people, and somehow we have it in our box. I'm patting myself on the back for this one, folks. Dr. Gabi Kafi is a Honduran tobacco expert. He owns a factory there, ferments his own tobacco, and makes his own coffee. Nice. Based in Miami, when stateside, the good doctor has a long history of tobacco fermenting and blending. We will be seeing more of Dr. Coffee in the club, so I'll save some of his details for those encounters. Back to Kuwait. Bassem and Hassan Al-Gabad own one of the highest end luxury shops in Kuwait called Beyond Cigar. They had the cigar made for their VIP clients and the diplomats of Kuwait. They chose the highest level of tobacco for these cigars. The MSRP at their shop is $24 per stick. It took weeks of calling and emailing to get the approval to put them in our club. I agree that under no circumstance would I sell this cigar in our shop on the Privada Cigar Club website, so please understand that there will not be any more available for sale. The cigar is made using a rare Mexican broadleaf wrapper, and the binder is Honduran. The fillers are a mix of Nicaraguan, Dominican, and Honduran. There is rumor that some of the filler is Cuban. And while I do get some notes of Cuban twang on the cold draw, I've been assured it is not Cuban tobacco, as it would be illegal for anyone to sell Cuban tobacco in the United States. Let's thank @Beyond Cigars and @Cafe1901 brands on Instagram for being kind enough to share these amazing cigars with us. That's awesome. Now I'm intrigued. I'll have to smoke that one too, well, obviously, but okay. Maybe I'll do a review on that one. Again, I always welcome those comments from you guys to see which ones you prefer me to do a review on. All right, the tasting notes. The body of this cigar smells like a Lipton tea bag. The foot has a similar herbal sweet note, but there is the addition of chocolate, and the scent makes me sneeze at the foot of the cigar, as the foot of the cigar often does. The cold draw is more the same. Lipton tea, dried apricot, not unlike a Cuban cigar. But unlike a Cuban, it's also peppery on the mouth and lips. The cigar starts out with a red pepper blast. Fading in are notes of fresh baked bread crusts, herbal teas, floral notes, and clean, crisp white pepper on the retro. There's a sweet coffee with cream and sugar essence, and the cigar becomes generally sweeter. This stick is heavy on floral notes. Into the middle of the cigar, the dynamic range expands. Notes like leather come into the equation, along with deeper floral notes, white pepper on the retro, semi-sweet chocolate on some puffs, and the florals turn fruity at times. The smoke, while still creamy, leaves the saltiness on the palate and a powdered sugar sweetness. Towards the end of the cigar, the flavors really come together. There is, however, a pop of cedar note, and the floral fruity flavors start to become more like fermenting fruit esters. At the very end, there is a lime salt zing added in. Wow, extremely enjoyable. I can tell there was no expense spared in this selection of these tobaccos. After all, it was made for royalty, politicians, and some of the wealthiest people in the world. And now, of course, Privada Cigar members. #WeArePrivada. Pairing notes: lighter red wines like Pinot Noir, Tripel, or Belgium-style beer, Islay single malt scotch or Highland single malt scotch, Four Roses single barrel, not the barrel strength, cognac, milk chocolate, raspberries, strawberries, aged cheddar, light roast coffee, after seafood or pastas in olive oil-based sauces, chocolate-covered cherries. Wow, all those pairings sound fantastic, minus the milk chocolate. I'm more of a dark chocolate person, but everything else, and the cheddar, I'm not big on cheese. Everything else, yes, definitely some fantastic pairing ideas for that. So, very, very nice. So definitely, make sure that we are supporting, Privada on Instagram, as well as all these different brands that come in your packages, because again, that's part of the hype, I think, and part of the easiness of how they're able to get some of these, unique sticks, so all of us can enjoy them. So we can do our part by spreading the love and, doing those hashtags and all that stuff, and doing a great job of posting, as you guys have been doing already. I love to see the comments. There's a lot of you guys that watch these videos that I post that are already members, so thank you for that. And be sure, if you're not, don't be afraid to try it out. It's a steal of a price. You're getting some fantastic cigars. I guarantee you're not going to walk into a regular humidor in your brick and mortar shop and find, you know, these cigars there. So it's that's just a huge draw right there. Again, price is a steal, and they're delivered right to your door. Coming from a quality source, and you get this beautiful write-up and lots of information about what you're actually smoking, which is so useful. I can't tell you how many times, sadly, I get onto even just the manufacturer's websites, and they don't have even an ounce of this much information about the cigar, which is kind of disappointing, because you want to know, you know, a little bit about the cigar you're smoking. Most of us do anyway. Some people, I guess, don't care, but I am definitely one of those people that, aside from allowing my poor cigar to go out twice in this video, how embarrassing, I do like to know, you know, information about what I'm smoking. It's just fun. Much better. So anywho, thank you so much for tuning in, as always. And I do welcome the comments. I do read them myself, and show some love on Instagram. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Cheers.